Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 4th of December. So, what joys have we got leading up to today? Well, nothing news-wise really today, nothing significant here. I was just having a quick look here. Challenger job cuts at 12:30. I mean, with the lack of any jobs news until 17th, I don't remember the date now. These weekly figures might have a bit more impact than normal, but the IVPMI for Canada really doesn't affect the markets much at all, even the Canadian dollar. So not a great deal out there today apart from the technicals. So let's get straight onto those, and we're looking at the Euro US dollar here. Now we managed to finally break through there, but it was double topping when I was looking at it first thing yesterday morning. And where are we? There we are. That was the bar in question. That 6 o'clock bar on the 4 hours. Finally managed to break through. It's looking relatively positive at the moment for a continuation. We're just seeing it bouncing off the pivot at the moment. It looks like there's a continuation. In terms of, I just got to take a step back here to the upper time frames, and we never caught the monthly pivot here. We've hit the R1, so a break of this monthly R1 could see us running up even further towards the R2. Interest rates are almost definitely going to be cut next week, according to the numbers that are being printed. This has been the case for a bit of time now, so largely should be priced in, but we still might see a bit more momentum for pushing through for the softer dollar. We'll see. But for now, this to me is looking quite nice for a potential upside there. We've got this quarterly pivot in the way there. We've been through it before. We may just run through it again, and the R1 could be calling today. So looking positive there on the euro, and something that's actually set up for a change. Okay, at the moment I just watch it post 8 o'clock. Sometimes we just see things flick back quickly. I know I say this every day, but I just know people get caught every day. Okay, so the pound, oops, come back again. Real solid push up there yesterday afternoon, yesterday there. It was pretty much in the after, was it? Yeah, that was a 6 o'clock. Yeah, that was done. It was, yeah, it's really going in through the 10 o'clock onwards there, really getting a solid shove there. Looking at where we are at the moment, well, as I say, went right the way through there yesterday. It hasn't pulled off quite so far back towards the pivot. I watch this carefully, but the euro just looks a lot neater. If the euro starts breaking back through the pivot, this might be going back to the pivot. We'll wait see. But solid day yesterday. Not as pretty. It's in a bit of no man's land where as it sits at the moment. Of course it might just fire off. US dollar Swissy. Let's start again. US dollar yen, give me a chance. Right, we finally yesterday we broke down and closed below that sort of that range, and it is looking softer now. Break of the Monday lows there would give us a lower high kicking through here. As I said, it's pushing down, it's consolidating around its lows at this stage here. Bit not the prettiest looking pattern, but it's sort of done this double bottom previously or nearby, but it just looks like it hasn't really got the legs, and we could see a further breakdown yet for those that wanted to get into yen. It might give an opportunity here, maybe for a longer term hold on it. I'm just sort of looking at the shape of things on the bigger scale of things, whether it will get down towards its monthly S1. Now I'm getting a bit sort of doomy on the US dollar at the moment, but we do have the meeting next week, and well, traders might just sell beforehand. They'll be looking really for forward plans as opposed to anything else. Right, Australian dollar, well, this has continued yesterday. As I said yesterday and the day before, I remained bullish on this, and off it's gone. It's not so easy to necessarily get into trades on it, because a lot of unless you're sitting there through the Asian session, a lot of the movements come later. This actually started picking up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon again. We had that yesterday, day before yesterday, it was about 1 o'clock it started breaking and giving a bit more confirmation, although quite ugly and choppy at times. Need a bit of a stop on it, but this is moving quite nicely now and starting to shape up for further upside. It's probably on some indicators will be coming through as being a bit overbought. We are running it back into these daily highs back here, so you've got to be trading a bit carefully, but yeah, momentum seems to be there, particularly in the afternoons. Right, US dollar CAD. Okay, so US dollar CAD likewise. US dollar's falling against the CAD. We're seeing the continuation, really, or have seen a continuation yesterday of this move that started on Tuesday. To the downside, it's absolutely, as I say, these sort of moves are absolutely perfect. Don't always catch them. Didn't catch this one, unfortunately, but it's moving nicely. It was into its pivot there at the R1, daily R1 there as well, so it's real nice shape. Again, it's not a morning trade for me, but may pick up again in the afternoon. It did actually plod along there yesterday, but it gets into the 10 o'clock zone and didn't really do a great deal, but we'll see what happens post midday in the afternoon on that one for me. New Zealand dollar. This was another one that was it's been pushing through. It's broken out of its descending sort of range there, more solidly yesterday. So we're seeing a little bit more positivity or against the dollar effectively with the other markets. This is pushed up quite nicely this week now. Just looking today, well, again, I'd rather probably look at the euro than the New Zealand dollar here. This has a tendency to flatten a bit, particularly during this session. My preference is still for the euro this morning over this, but it's a similar-ish picture. Okay, there's the majors. We'll look at the Swissy. Let's just have a look at the Swissy. So the Swissy on the dailies there, it looks like it's put a little bearish continuation pivot swing sort of pattern in there, looking soft there. It's broken the lows, so it's lower highs, lower lows kicking through here. So again, dollar weakness again across the board here, and this could look quite nice post 8 o'clock. We'll see what happens, give it a while, but this looks quite nice for a continuation to the downside as well. All of them catching a little retrace, and I like the pound a lesser retrace. Just a bit of patience this morning to see how these shift, but there looks like there's some morning opportunities. Right, moving through to the other markets. So gold slightly off this morning, but it's hanging there on the dailies, isn't it? It's really struggling into its R4 on the yearly pivots, struggling around that area. Probably not a bad thing if it consolidates around here. Maybe it will give it an opportunity for another kicker. I mean, we saw it consolidate 2 weeks ago, last week. Well, even that consolidated for a while before it got another leg up. So, but it's hanging around the right sort of place. Not necessarily a trade for me right yet, but it's too choppy at this stage. Shorter time frames. Oil still largely seeing it erring to the downside, but did catch a bit of a bounce yesterday, but it's quite messy and ugly when you come down these time frames, and particularly intraday look. Still avoiding this at this stage. There's better markets to be in if you're going to be in a market, and this isn't really one I want to be in yet. S&Ps, I'll probably regret overall bigger trends on it, but I'm not really looking to sit in there and costing me money. Okay. So S&P's daily picture here, really, as much as we've had a couple of up days there, it's not really moving very far at the moment. It's struggling. It's a bit of a stall. This could continue to be similar-ish to this. Yes, we might get a little bit more of a break to the upside there, but leading into next week's meeting, so bit of patience needed here. Quite flat and ugly through the days there. Look, it really got its sell off there at 2 o'clock, but only to recover almost straight afterwards. Not overly liking the short side in these markets at the moment. as much as there were signals. Finally, I say almost finally, the FTSE then. FTSE yesterday, again, just consolidation in these markets. Now you might catch something, get some profit out of them for sure, but they can easily flick back on you. This was a choppy old market yesterday. I do wonder if they're going to roll. The DAX, again, we're probably waiting for what happens with the US sort of market. This one did roll quite nicely through the after the morning session, didn't it? But then recovered again yesterday. Yeah, so it ended up on a positive note. Really struggling on this one at the moment to do too much personally. It did sell off there. It come back to its pivot. It's normally statistically only a 20% trade, so I was really looking to see if we got a continuation through the other side of this, but it just never happened. And well, it did give an opportunity there into the next bar on the short side, but only to take out the highs now. So yeah, okay, that's pretty much it for this morning. So in summary, likes the euro, maybe the New Zealand dollar's looking similar, but I quite like the euro. Look, we're just getting the usual little red bar now, or the bar going against the distance. It's just pipped out through, opened it, and then pulling back for a moment. But this could continue. Personally, I'll wait until about half past, to take trades. Ideally, my auto trader doesn't trade for the first 15 minutes a day. I don't have it switched. I say the first 15 minutes, but between up until 8:15 before I'll let it do anything. Okay, we'll see what happens with this. A bit more consolidation won't hurt too much, but there we go. That's what I'm left with. So I wish you a good day, and I will catch you. Sorry, I talked about this one. Also, likes of the CAD was looking fine. If I bring the CAD back into play for a moment, yep, there we go. So CAD also looks like it could roll back. There was 2 or 3 there. So anyway, wish you a good day, and I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.